if Hunger Games and Mario Kart had a baby.
That would be this movie. Say that. Say that.
With a little bit of Mad Max rolled in.
Yes.
Yep. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
When he
Great
left,
game.
like he should have just thrown out a banana.
Yeah. You're not wrong. In a world where tomorrow's blockbusters reign
And yesterday's classics are forgotten.
3 women intend to remember.
Hey everyone, welcome to Millennials at the Movie House, the podcast where your average Janes watch older movies and answer the question we've put to ourselves. Are they still relevant and should we still be watching them today? I'm Betsy.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Serena.
And today we are talking about Death Race 2000 from 1975, directed by Paul Bartel, written by Robert Tom, Charles B. Griffith, and based on a short story by Ib Melchior?
Add that to the book group list. Tracy.
Will do.
And produced by Roger Corman. I don't usually say the producer, but Roger Corman's a big deal. So, quick synopsis, Tracy, go. Once again.
Yep.
We're on
All
what,
right.
movie 25?
All right, it's a dystopian America, but it's kind of the whole world, because I think they said at one point the president was in like Moscow or something like that. And it was under one rule, and it was very, I mean, there were Nazi flags, like it was, anyway, the sport that everyone follows is this death race where 5 or 6 cars go on a cross-country car race where they try to kill people and earn points. You know that game you all play, like 15 points if you hit that biker? I mean, nobody actually does it, hopefully.
I mean, just secretly.
Am I the only one that
Secretly, I do.
secretly plays that game? Okay. Yeah, that's, yeah. There's a little bit of politics involved.
I usually do 50 points per person. I don't really do like extra points for toddlers and extra points for elderly, but this movie's pretty effed up.
Yeah.
They had in-depth point systems, going on. Plus an actual race. aside
An
from the
actual
point
death.
system.
Real death.
Well, yeah, real death, of
Yeah,
course.
death race.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dystopian, this is our first podcast with Serena back in the house.
Yay!
Serena's
She's
here.
on the other side of the room.
She is. It's a social distance podcast a little bit. Actually, she's more than 6 feet away from us, but we can see her and talk to her.
Hello.
It's pretty exciting.
And she gets her own mic again, everything.
Yep.
Serena's here.
Oh, Serena hasn't been here in so long.
You haven't been here
No.
in so long.
It's been like 2.5 months. Right? It's got to be at least February.
Yeah. Crazy.
Brutal.
Insane. All right, well, how did everyone like this movie? Do I even have to ask?
I always like the concepts of dystopians, so I'll put that out there.
Agreed.
I was going to put an insert cricket noise here.
But yeah, I don't have much to say about this movie, so.
The end, Tracy.
The end. And that's a wrap.
it was not a good movie. I had heard of this movie, and so I thought it was going to be like a cult classic, which I think it is a cult classic. But usually cult classics have redeeming qualities of some sort, and this, no, not so much.
It was weird. The blood was like red paint, and it was like blatantly fake.
I think it's satire.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I think that they hid behind that label for a lot of like the bad effects and stuff like that.
Yeah, didn't you say it was technically a comedy?
Yeah, I think it was technically categorized
Compared-
as comedy.
Compared to like an action.
Right. So they were self-aware.
Okay.
That's
least,
fine,
yeah.
but that doesn't excuse a bad plot.
Well, no.
And like I said, I always do like that kernel of whatever the dystopian has going for it, but I felt like there were so many holes in the story. I thought the biggest one was, well, if everyone knows a race is going on, they're broadcasting it. That's half the fun, is people watching it. And why are people still out and about on a road?
Right. We're living in a world right now where everyone is staying at home.
Yeah.
Just stay at home that day.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like one day or however long the race is, a couple of days?
Yeah.
Then just don't go out.
That one kid with the tire.
Right. And it's
That-
like, fine. If
Where
you have
are
to
your
go to
parents?
work, fine. But yeah, don't go on a picnic. Although the picnic was a ruse. That was a pretty good one.
I was sure they were going to kill a baby.
I mean,
I was excited to see
it's
that
extra
it was.
points.
It is. Not as much as the old people, but, what are you going to do?
I just can't believe that whole. It was Euthanasia Day. And they were putting all the elderly out as.
Yeah.
I just think it was messed
Well,
up.
I'll get back to that in the other section. Okay, yeah.
The elderly.
Yeah, I did.
It's just weird.
It,
I can't wrap my head around these types of movies. The Hunger Games. I couldn't wrap my head around that.
oh, really?
I don't know. I like the idea of dystopian movies, but I can't wrap
Sometimes
my head around.
they
I can't get inside of them.
Sometimes they are hard because you're like, we would never get to that point. But
Never say never.
How are we living the life we live right now? I
Yeah.
never thought we would get to this point, and here we are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of can see, I can actually see something like that happening, where they put
Everyone's in crazy town.
they put the media first, the money first, and offer to kill people. That's what this is, and okay, I get it. Unfortunately,
Is that why you picked this movie?
no.
Jinx.
I was just reading off some movies, and we liked the premise of this one because it's a bonkers premise, and it's aware it's a bonkers premise.
I thought it was gonna be like The Purge, where it was
yeah.
like regular people could just get in their car, and that one day it's a free for all, and it wasn't.
I guess I can't really. I mean, I literally, when squirrels cross the road, I beep at them to be sure to not hit them. And I'm like,
I break for leaves.
I break for leaves. All right, quote of the night. I break for leaves.
I mean, granted, I think they're animals. It's not like I'm like poor leaf, but anyway.
That leaf.
All right.
She breaks for foliage. She's a leaf peeper.
You have a bumper sticker that says I break for foliage. All right. Do we want to jump into the questions, everybody? Top of the marquee. What was your favorite part? If you can find a favorite part in this
Crickets.
movie.
I have a favorite quote, but I don't want to steal Tracy's.
No, do it.
Go for it.
But I already think
Because it was the only time we laughed.
all
Yep,
three
it
of
is
them.
Literally the only time
the
we
only
laughed.
time we laughed.
And it's unfortunate who got that. Who got that line.
You know what?
in that
That's
movie.
fine. I'll let him have it.
Fine.
Favorite line, hands down, entire movie, funniest, all three of us laughing, is when Machine Gun Joe says to his navigator, because she said something to him. I forget what she said leading up to,
remember.
but she said something, and he was like, Myra, some might think you're cute, but me, I think you're one very large baked potato.
Woo!
I don't understand.
She's done it with the Rocky, Myra.
That was a good
That
Rocky
was
face.
actually really good. That was really good.
All right,
No,
Tracy,
Myra.
give it to us in
Some
Rocky.
people might think you're cute, but me, I think you're one very large baked potato.
Wow,
Holy
nailed
crap!
it. Holy
That was
shnikey.
amazing.
Okay, that's going in
Oh,
the
that
Hall
was
of Fame of
good.
quotes and voices.
Wow.
Tracy's hidden talent. Holy.
Because
Rocky's voice.
I
I can't stand. Yeah, she
I-
really can't stand Rocky, but yet she
Right.
does his voice so good.
I didn't run through the actor list, but yes, Sylvester Stallone is the bad guy in this, and oh my god,
He's covered in cannoli
Good
cream.
Lord.
Yeah, I actually like the suit, whatever his
yeah,
costume, whatever he
like
had
this
going on.
40s mobster
Yep.
kind of look going.
I like the suspender, the white
But-
suspenders.
Everybody had a look. Like Calamity Jane had like her like cowboy outfit.
Very thin eyebrows.
Yes, I compared it to Wreck-It Ralph, where all of the different racers had like their own theme.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And then I compared it to Mario Kart, where they all kind of have their like vehicle that had like things that it did.
I lost it when you said Mario Kart. I was like, okay, yep.
I
What was
forgot-
it? It was Hunger Games meets Mario Kart.
And they had a
meets
baby?
Mad Max.
Yep.
If they had a baby, this would be the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
To a point where I would have taken this movie a little bit more seriously if you had told me it was based on a comic book.
Right, I agree with you. And it is based on a short story, but from what I understand, it's like loosely based on, like, there's really, like, the basic premise is there and then not much else is the same. Which makes sense, because if it was a sincere short story, I could see the premise
Yes.
being a sincere...
Which was the only
It was the only good part of this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. If this was a comic book, I totally would have gotten it.
Because we got like even with Myra, we got that side chick that the villain has.
Right. I called out, like, she reminded me of one of Lex Luthor's girls. And yeah,
he was almost like Two-Face or something. He was
Right.
like that.
It's like
Caricature.
They were caricatures. That's
Yes.
exactly it. They were
Yep.
caricatures. Tracy, what was your favorite part?
All right. Not much.
Ooh, burn.
I did like there was a scene where Calamity Jane had lost her navigator.
Wow.
Calamity Jane had lost her navigator because one of the racers had run him over when she was repairing the car. So she was alone in her car.
Cheap shot.
And two motorcycle bandits. I don't know were they hired by the rebels? Were they just didn't want the race anymore? I don't know.
I think
they were
might
the
have been
rebels.
rebels.
Rebels?
I think they were
Okay.
I was
rebels.
getting the vibe of rebel.
They attacked her and she was able to eventually shake them off and kick them off of her car. And one of the motorcyclists, he rolled off the car and into the camera, and I really appreciated that shot.
Yep. It was a good stuntman. It was a good camera location. Like, everything worked in that shot.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
practical effects. I bought it. It was great. So that was
Because the only thing you could believe, so it was your favorite
Right,
part.
it was my
One
favorite part.
redeemable aspect of this entire movie. My favorite part was Calamity Jane's helmet.
yes.
Made me
Oh, yeah.
happy.
Yep, the flower.
The flower with, like, the lace outline to... I just
Yeah.
appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That was what I had. So this was
Slim
pretty rough,
pickings.
guys.
I was gonna say we're really picking from the bottom of the
Yeah.
barrel here.
Yes.
Although I did notice her helmet.
Yeah.
It's the little things. You know, actually, I liked when Annie, I forget what event they were doing, but Annie was in that sheer purple dress.
Oh, in the garage.
As like a lavender periwinkle-ish.
That was a very, like...
I liked that dress.
You would find that dress now as a retro, like, throwback to the 70s.
Yeah, I feel like I would still wear that.
Right.
It's,
It's
kind of
back
like
in
a
again.
bridesmaid's dress. I don't know. Pretty. I like it.
Yep. All right, well, let's move on. So we rearranged our questions a little bit here. So
Try and
we're
follow
gonna,
us.
guys,
Guys.
we're gonna be famous.
Da, da, da,
All
da.
right. If everyone was a character in this film, who would we be? Who should we start with? Let's start with Serena.
I just want to preface all of this with we didn't like anybody
There
in
was
this. There was
not
not
a
like
single
like
redeemable
even
character.
our heroes.
Even Annie, who I think is our actual hero. Well, I guess Frankenstein was our hero.
Yes.
But they
Like,
were
what-
not redeemable.
Was the
They were still killing people.
Yeah, all right. My only question was Frankenstein, he did what the rebels wanted, but they didn't, or he didn't know that the rebels and him had the same plan. Like, I don't.
Right. He didn't take the time. Well, he didn't take the time to be like, "Hey, don't stop me because I'm going to do what you guys want to do."
Right.
And I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe he thought that they wouldn't believe him. I don't know.
Okie doke.
Anyway, what was the question? Oh yeah, that's right. Serena, are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Medium to not.
I had you as Calamity Jane.
Me too.
Yay!
I did too, because I liked her sass. Obviously,
yeah.
you guys know I love all the sassy female characters.
We didn't actually hate her in like.
She was
the-
a redeemable
No.
character. I
She was
thought
just kind of like doing her job.
Yeah.
I think as soon as the camera the first time she came onto the screen, I was kind of like, ooh, I kind of like her. I don't know if I just like liked her look or attitude or combination, but I was like, goals.
Yeah.
You know, cheekbone goals, not eyebrow goals. Those are like some
Those
thin
were
ass
some
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Those were some
man.
thinnies.
Yep. Okay, so you
Thinlings.
had Jane for yourself.
Yep.
Tracy, who'd you have for Serena?
I had Matilda.
Okay.
I was
which
on
was
the fence
just the
between the two
other.
of them for
Yeah,
myself.
Other than I finally could recognize Calamity Jane. I feel like she had more lines, but they kind of were both the same. But
In the
yeah,
beginning, it was all a
yeah,
wash.
and she had some good lines.
We all three, and you guys, somebody else pointed out, as soon as it started, the opening scene, oh, female drivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if this was because, although it was filmed in 75, but it was placed in the far future of 2000, right?
The far future of 2000.
But
they had been going for how many? 15 years. This was the 15th race or something.
their thought of future was female racers. Not to say 70s didn't, but still.
Yeah.
Still with the women on the main front of the. I feel like we were still a little behind in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then for them to be flash forward to 2000 or what they thought 2000 was going to look like. It was nice that they had 2 female racers.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, spoiler alert, they both die.
And they both have full frontal nudity at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they needed to.
Well, there had to be nudity.
So we had Serena for Jane. You had Matilda. Two sides of the same coin there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do me next.
Okay.
All right. What'd you guys have?
You go first.
I had you as Annie.
Me
Betsy.
too.
I'm
And
okay with that.
I wonder if it's for the same reason, Trey, because
Okay.
we've been on this kick with our Betsy.
Mm-hmm.
You're running the show. I mean, let's be real here.
Not only that, but she's goes
giving
in
directions.
undercover.
Oh yeah,
Nobody knows what her, real story is.
I'm gonna add that here.
I did what had to be done, guys.
I'm pretty sure that's a quote directly from Annie. She's just doing what needed to be done.
Yep.
That
sure that was a quote in
said,
there.
that's not who I had for myself. I had the bored monotone reporter. You know how there was the flamboyant guy and then the lady, and then there was that other guy who was just saying the facts. All right, whatever.
She she always finds these obscure
I do like finding the obscure, but I just couldn't with
There
this
was
one.
no obscure.
But that one you just listed is reminding me of somebody you picked for one of us in Westworld,
yes,
right?
the cinnamon toast guy.
Yes,
The cinnamon toast.
that's what I'm
guy.
saying. She remembers these
Yeah.
Listen,
very
we all talked
small-
about the
No,
cinnamon toast
I'm
guy.
sorry. The best
forgot
one
about him.
was the head girl.
It was the head girl.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, that was hilarious. Hello.
Okay. All right. So for Tracy, I'll go first.
Okay.
Tracy's not in this movie.
Okay.
That's all.
No, I'm just not in it.
No. Would you be any of those characters?
No.
You would be the person safely inside their own home.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
participating in this
Yeah.
entire event.
I for Tracy, I picked Nero the hero, not for any reason other than the fact that it rhymes and Tracy can be a hero. And
That's
she likes
amazing.
Batman,
I mean,
so and Batman's
I mean,
like a
he
hero.
trained the Karate Kid.
Is that confirmed? No. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I picked Jane for myself because she was just the other girl driver.
Yeah, I almost picked Matilda for you. I almost did. But then I was like, well, okay, I've been on the fence between Matilda and Nero, and I just
Nope, I
lickety
loved
split.
it. That's my favorite answer.
So, for no reason other than the fact that it rhymes.
Yep. I love it.
And hero and Batman. I don't know.
All right, guys. I'm proud that we made it through that question because that was a tough one.
That was tough.
That was tough. All right, wait a minute. How has this movie influenced or been influenced by other movies?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Oh my god.
seriously.
It's like
every side character, we could pick a character that the Hunger Games had for that.
we were like, oh, that's Snow. Oh, that's Queen. Oh, that's Caesar. Caesar?
Yeah.
It's just, every single character. We're like, oh, okay, yep, got it.
Yeah.
guys.
Like to a point where
You even called Finnick.
Yeah.
Frankenstein was Finnick.
yeah.
I have Hunger Games written twice. I forgot I wrote it up here.
That's how much it.
That's how much.
That's yeah.
There,
that's,
what was that? There was a Japanese movie,
Battle Royale.
Battle
Of
Royale.
course she would remember.
And I
this.
found a quick article that was like, if you think that it's based on this, you need to watch
Death Race?
Death Race.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, and I understand there's a whole genre of dystopian movies based around a game, a deadly game. Because before this,
Yeah.
there was Rollerball. Wasn't that,
That
one
was
of them?
yes.
Oh my God.
And that they
Um,
compared
That
this
was
to
one of
that
our
as well.
potential. Rollerball
They remade Rollerball.
wasn't that one of the ones that you would give? Remember we were choosing the first time we did our separated. Wasn't Rollerball one of them?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I feel like we did that.
It was probably better because it was James Caan. That was probably going to be better. Anyway.
I would watch it.
It's still potentially in our future.
All right, fair enough. I think we've had enough car movies for a while, however.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
what was it? The Italian Job,
Used cars
used cars,
and this.
And let me tell you, the opening scene, it was just like the bandstand music for some reason.
You
Used
immediately
cars,
was like, wow,
yeah.
used cars. Used cars was better though.
And yeah, I can't believe. Yeah.
Other movies, Mad Max, definitely. There were definitely Mad Max elements.
Mad Max.
Or rather, other way around. Mad Max had Death Race 2000 elements.
Because the best part, or the fun part of the newest Mad Max was the race.
But they
Not the
obviously
race,
made
but like
they
the
made
cars.
it fun.
The
You know.
Yes.
Frankenstein's car looked like a turtle.
Turtle.
It kept giving me a vibe. It really did give me the
get
Mario.
vibes.
Yeah, we get vibes. Oh, we
We
catch
get lots
vibes.
of vibes.
We catch vibes. Mario Kart. Some animal.
Yeah, it's like Yoshi.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Bowser.
Bowser.
It was
Yes.
definitely Bowser's
Yes.
car. I also thought it was similar to the TV show Man in the High Castle,
Oh yeah.
where
My mom
the
likes
Germans were very much in charge.
Yep.
And they had this thing where they euthanized the old and sick.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have like just a large crematorium burning of these people.
Ew.
Yeah, so when they specifically wheeled out all of the old people and put them in the road for them to be like mowed down, I immediately thought of that.
Yeah. There are similar themes.
Yeah.
There
Anything
is.
else? Yeah, there is.
I just had that one Willy Wonka, Mike TV.
Always. Oh,
Mike
yeah.
TV, yeah.
One
The
of the
guy-
guys sounded just like Mike TV.
It was
With his big
Junior, whatever
gangly
his name
teeth.
was. Yeah,
This guy with his big gangly teeth
yeah.
and his unhinged hair.
How like Stanley Tucci had the fake teeth. Like they must anyway. Whatever.
I want to bring it back to Hunger Games for a second because you had mentioned the people, but they were also media frenzy where like act nice on camera, smile for the camera, and they also had like interviews and they were interviewing the dead's like wife and the dead's family, and she got like a special compensation for having had a loved one die in one of the races. And then they also had like that weird massage like
Interview.
Yeah.
They had that. I mean, it wasn't a massage, but they had like, fixed her hair and fixed her clothes and made
A
her body
touch-up
perfect
station.
a touch-up station. And it was such a strange scene to see. But then it immediately made me think of, that strange scene is, anyway.
They
Very
definitely-
capital. And then even like you have them in the Hunger Games, they're called the Capitol. Here it's just crazy people. But then
town.
you have the rebels who are clearly the factory workers, the outer districts in Hunger Games.
The list goes on. I just had to.
Yep.
those
Nope.
in there.
I got you.
Anybody else notice what their technology was in the future and that they did have GPS tracking?
Yeah.
And they did have this weird, how did they know when the cars
They kind of
crashed?
kept that stuff vague, which
Yeah.
I'm okay with because they obviously didn't have an answer for it. Nowadays, we would have had an answer for it. But yeah, it was like this weird GPS technology.
And it looked like
And
the
the cars
19...
kind of talked to them
A little bit, yeah. But only to say that it doesn't have any information to provide.
Was that a Westworld futuristic thing too? The Westworld future technology was kind of like that, a little.
Like vague.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to kind of keep it vague or else. I mean, you can't fake it.
Right. At the end in this one, they did have a little bit of an explanation where the rebels knocked out their telephone lines or something,
Yeah, right.
Just a little computer button here. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop.
All right. Ladies, please remove your hats and silence your cell phones. How does this film hold up, guys? It doesn't.
Well, no. This film, the sound effects were bad. The visuals were bad. The
Timing.
the I don't think they used the clicker thing, like the voice.
Oh my god, the voices didn't even line
didn't
up.
even
Yeah.
line up. However, it's a dystopian. I mean, we just rewatched the Hunger Games, so it's very much still
The concept is still relevant.
Is still relevant.
You're right. You're right.
So there was one scene where I swear all the cars were like remote control derby cars, like pretend derby car, like derby whatever, remote control.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
So, and I'm like, okay, that's not how they turn. It's not like like going 90 miles around a corner doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely that like speed up technology. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Where
Yeah.
they, like, you know, fast forward the film compared to it going
And
fast.
didn't they do that? Don't they do that in like Dukes of Hazzard, where it's like a wacky car chase scene, so they like speed it up or whatever? Yeah, which doesn't help.
No, it makes it look bad.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more camp than it was intended to be.
Yeah.
Can we, that lady, that girl, whatever, that fan of Frankenstein's that came in and then later sacrificed herself?
That was weird.
That was weird.
I felt like that didn't hold. He's like, did you come here to sacrifice your body, like, to me? Like, to give me your body or something? Something like, he was saying some weird line.
I think he did that for, like, again, this reminds me of Hunger Games, where everyone thinks that the drivers are possessions, and he was kind of like, he's like, what, are you going to give your body to me? Like, he was like egging her on to make a point. I don't know.
But why make that point? Like, we already knew that people fawned over the drivers. I don't know. It was just, it was
a
weird. It was a weird, and it was long. That interaction between the two of them was long.
I was waiting for that to play out to be something else completely, and it totally didn't. I was like, okay, either they're going to go embrace each other lovingly into their arms and go off into the distance in the other room, or...
Well, I thought that she was going to, like, give us a hint as to what his thought process was. Like, there was something else happening with him. Like, there was going to be a plan of some sort. So I thought we were going to get a insight into that, but no.
No, I thought it was showing us what the people thought of this race. She was she wasn't the rebel. She was an everyday man, and she wasn't like the producers making money off of it. They were so brainwashed that she was elected out of however many girls. She was the top fan, and she got to go and meet him.
She
it
drank.
was just representation of the culture and the society is how I read it.
Gotcha.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was Kool-Aid in there. She drank it.
Okay, that makes sense now that you say that. They could have presented that better.
Yeah.
Like,
look at this movie.
Well, right, but like if she won a contest to see him, why do it in like an empty corridor as he's walking out of another room? Like,
agreed. That was
weird.
It was weird. I was almost thinking at one point maybe she's the enemy and she's posing as a fan.
Yeah.
And I was like waiting for there to be a twist, and there wasn't.
Yeah, she definitely came off stalkery.
Yeah.
Where she like cornered him compared to being somebody being like, Mr. Frankenstein, this is your number one fan.
Right.
Yeah. Weirdness.
Anyway, all right. So it doesn't hold up.
No,
it doesn't.
I don't think so.
Okay. New question, guys. Boom, we fixed it.
Boom.
Mic drop.
I don't know.
But I don't think we can fix
this.
What did we say already? That you guys said Hunger Games fixed it.
Well, yeah.
Kind of.
I think Hunger Games can be fixed a little bit too. That's
right.
beside the point.
It had, like I said, it has that concept, and at first I was like, we'll never get to that point, but no, I can see where
Crazy Town,
where it comes from. I get it.
Here's the annoying thing. I'm with you because the story, every aspect is technically there. The story is there. The characters are actually there because Annie has her rebel cause that she's dealing with, and then that something's going on with Frankenstein, and there is another plot, like there's backstory to him, but it's the presentation that was where it just all fell apart. The script itself, the filming of it, it's just that is where it went off the rails.
They thought they could cover it up with action sequences and boobs.
Yeah,
and it didn't. Or I would like to see the how it played in movies or theaters.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like
right.
I was wondering.
Rotten Tomatoes gives
because
it
obviously it didn't
0.
held up, but
Yeah, right.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a rotten.
It probably, well, but that's just it, is like, I think that it's looked upon as such trash that it's, it's it's cult classic in a way.
Okay, Annie, who is the one you said that she reminded me? I kept getting that familiar face.
Kelly Cuoco?
Yeah, how do you say her last name?
Cuoco?
Cuoco.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
how you pronounce it, but
I'm
that's
gonna
how I
check.
pronounce it.
From Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's her eyes.
yeah.
Anyways, she was definitely I don't know. I feel like she might have been my favorite character.
She was the redeemable character.
Yeah.
Because she had issues killing the little boy, and she was fighting for the right cause. She wanted to end the race. She was,
Yeah.
Yep.
she
had
was our hero.
She had morals.
Right.
I had that. I was trying to predict because Frankenstein was a little bit mysterious. Like we knew there was something more to him that we couldn't quite put our finger on.
Yep.
And he had said a comment that it made me think that, well, maybe because the whole premise and why he's called Frankenstein or whatever is if he gets injured or loses a limb in a race, they basically rebuild him and put him back in the race. He's that good. And he's won for however many years. So I thought that, and he wears a mask, it's really weird, that they're just like, the government wants to be in control, they want to win, so they're just putting like new people in every year. And so I was like, okay, so this particular Frankenstein doesn't want to play by their rules. So I thought that was his secret, his mystery. Of course, that's not what happens. But that was my boom, I fixed it moment.
That's what I thought. Actually, that's what I thought at one point. I was thinking that same thing. I was like sure that it was all like a setup.
Right. And then I had, because we were, of course, are comparing it to to Hunger Games, I thought of Frankenstein as Finnick, where he's just doing it, he's just killing people because the government and the people running the race, they own him. They either have, like, I don't know, they're holding something over him. They've got his family captive.
Yeah.
They've got something, so I thought he would have some reason, which, I mean, at the end, he does kill the president, but he doesn't really have a reason why other than, now he becomes president. I don't know.
I kind of took it as that was his intention all along, was to kill the president.
So why did it take him that long?
I don't know.
Because the president was going to be waiting at the end of the race. Maybe.
Was he?
Right, that's what he had to win because otherwise he wouldn't be able to go up on stage to get to the president.
That's
Okay.
good that you thought that all along, because I definitely didn't know that until like minute before.
Once we knew that he was going to kill the president, that's when I was like, oh, this was his plan all along. I didn't predict that was what was going to happen, but it still didn't make timeline sense necessarily. Like, he was in previous races,
right?
So why didn't he, like you said, why didn't he do it before? There was no motive. You're right, there was no motivation to it. It was weird. Yeah, the amount of problems with this.
I know. I was gonna say,
movie.
remember when we do that rating of like,
Oh yeah, the
what
list of,
1 to
Yeah.
worst?
This is gonna be the bottom.
This is gonna
This
be
is
the
an
bottom of the
easy
barrel.
bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just girls and we just don't get it.
Did anybody get a boom fix it? Did anyone?
No, the whole thing has to be like
I kind of did.
it's a page 1 rewrite, guys.
Yeah. Rewrite. Full rewrite.
Because again, the plot was there and the characters were there, and then you have to change everything else.
Yeah.
All right, note roundup. My comment is, so they remade this movie in 2008 with Jason Statham, and that is not a good movie. However, I would recommend that movie over this movie any day of the week. They fixed some of the problems. They changed the setting and the location. They didn't kill innocent people. So, yeah. Just putting that out there. There is a remake with Jason Statham. And I mean, it's Jason Statham. That's always a good time.
I mean, there were no good-looking men,
Right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. David Carradine is not a good-looking guy. Not that we have to have a good-looking guy in every movie, but Good Lord.
I mean, if they're
Yeah,
gonna
but if
present
it's a bad movie, it might as well have something
Right.
good to look at.
right, exactly. Like if they're gonna be having a bunch of the nude females, or
Yeah.
playing up to the what they. Not saying the nude females can be just for the men; they can be for the women too. But I'm just saying, can you throw in something else?
But here's the thing. He also wasn't a good actor.
Okay.
Like, if you're not going to be attractive, at least be a good actor. Like, and I understand
Yeah.
that Frankenstein was a stoic character, and you're not supposed to be able to read him. But there was just nothing there. That's all.
He had in my note roundup I had he had the cape. Guys, Darth Vader.
Batman.
Oh yeah. No, Darth Vader, because he's like destroyed face.
True. Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
had the
his
Darth Vader-
costume.
The Darth Vader,
All right, if
complete
you
Darth
need a-
Vader.
Visual. For those of you who have watched Pulp Fiction, he was the Gimp.
It was.
That's
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like unappropriate, uncomfortable
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
my one more note roundup is at the very beginning of the race, they kind of pan to an audience, and in the background was this Star Wars-esque like buildings and which I kind of actually liked.
Yeah.
But
I
then you
noticed
saw
that.
like a monorail go by and it was
So cheesy.
so cheesy.
so bad.
So yeah, anyway,
I think I know
That's
what you're
all.
talking about. Is it the beginning?
the very beginning.
Yeah. So I guess we know what our martini
What our
shots are all
martini
gonna
shot
look
is
like.
gonna be? All right, martini shot. Serena, would you recommend it?
Negative.
Tracy, would you recommend it?
No. But I have one caveat.
Wow.
If any Hunger Game like fanatic wants to watch this to see how many like specific similarities
Yeah.
there are, that would be a fun game. Or like a
Yes.
drinking game. Like
Yep.
anytime you
Yep.
spot something that you could relate to the Hunger Games.
Yes. Oh, that would be a fun. That would be a
Right?
fun
That
game.
would
like
be
like
fun.
that
You
would
would
be
get
the
very
only
drunk.
reason I would recommend this movie.
Yeah, I could see that. That's fair.
Good point. Good. Yeah. Good idea.
I do not recommend this movie. Period.
Which is always hard when we have, because we've never seen these movies before. It's always hard to tell people to watch the movie to listen to us.
To
So
tell
that
us.
so that we can tell you not to watch this movie.
I was actually just thinking, when we are 3 no's across the board, what must our listeners think?
We need to make sure that they suffer through this like
Yep.
we
Just
did.
like we do.
Yep. Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? I would be curious to see if people enjoyed this movie.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they- if
Maybe
they're-
it's just
If they disagree with any of us.
maybe we just weren't paying attention enough. I don't know. All right. So for the first time, we asked our audience about one of the movies we recently reviewed, and we got a good response. So for The Black Cauldron, we asked Gertie, annoying or adorable? It looks like adorable one. It was a close call, however. Our favorite response came from Kate. Tracy, what did Kate say?
Kate says, Gurgi is adorable. How dare you suggest otherwise? Although it has to be said that Gurgi walked so Jar Jar Binks could traumatize us all. So yes,
Yeah.
I think that about sums it up.
Yep. That is true. That is true.
Yep.
Good job, Kate. That's about it for this episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll be posting what our next movie will be on Twitter tomorrow, so head on over there and hit that follow button. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our handle for both is @themoviemillies. To find more great episodes, head on over to our website, www.millennials@themoviehouse.com. So until next time.
We're millennials.
And we'll see you at the movie house.